Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how you can add a gauge chart to your CX dashboard to report on various metrics in your organization. Now, to start, the way in which you're going to go about adding a gauge chart to your dashboard is by doing the following. So first, when you head over to your dashboard, you're going to want to click Edit right here in the top right corner, then Add Widget, then select a gauge chart here. Then once you have the gauge chart in place, you're going to add a metric such as count, average, or sum, something like that. And then once you have that in place, then to configure the ranges for the gauge chart, you're going to head over to display and then alter the ranges here. So in this case, let's say that a count from 0 to 100 is decent. I'm gonna add that in red. Let me remove this. Add something in yellow, and then finally something in green. So from 0 to 100 is red, 100 to 200 is orange, 200 to 300 is yellow, and then 500 is great. So now, once I hit done, did I set up the color scheme correctly here? Oh, oops, that's 300, 200, 100. Perfect. And then once I change the range, the gauge chart adapts accordingly so that now when something is between one of these bands, it'll have this associated color with it. And of course, if you hover over the gauge chart, let me click down editing here, you can see the bands and where this data falls within these different ranges. Now, if you're reporting on something like an average, let's say, so let's say that, let me head first back to the survey so we can take a look at that. So let's say on this survey, I want to report on an average, such as the likelihood someone recommends this to their family, coworkers, and friends. The way in which I'd configure this in the dashboard so that I can report on it in the gauge chart is by doing the following. So if I head over to the dashboard, something I'll need to keep in mind is how this data is structured in the CX dashboard. So if I wanted to add this directly, where I wanted to report on something like an average for that on my CX dashboard, and I just went to metrics as normal, added the count, changed this to average, then I tried to select Q1 in here, it's not gonna pop up. And the reason for that is because if I go in here to my dashboard data section, and then we find Q1, it should be somewhere here. So there it is. So Q1 in this case is set as a text set field. Gauge charts only work with numeric fields like a number value or a number set. So this would need to be changed to either a number set or a numeric value for me to be able to pull it into a gauge chart and report on something like the average. And this is the case for anything that reports on averages. They'll only work with numeric sets or numeric value fields. So to keep both of them, what I'll do is I'll just copy the name of this, but instead of text Q1, I'm going to add it to the bottom here as a new field, and then just change it to number Q1. Pull it in here, number set, double check to make sure the recodes are correct. This is perfect, then I save that. And then now, if I were to go back to the gauge chart and then pull this guy in, once the dashboard finishes updating, then I'll be able to pull it in and you'll see it'll pop right in as a field I can pull into the gauge chart. So before, when I was looking for this field in the average, I only saw Q5, but now, once the dashboard finishes loading and re-updating with this new update, if I go in here and then look for a field in the average, you'll see Q1 number pops right in. And then I can change this to let's say, so minimum 0, probably like 2, maybe 4, maybe 5. Average filters, let's do perfect. Amazing, and I'm gonna change the range one more time. So 5 should be the max, let's say 4. So this is red, yellow, orange, or red, orange, yellow, green, and change that to 5. Perfect. And then just for my sake, but what I'm going to do is just add a few more decimal places. And then just like that, I have a gauge chart that reports on the average for that very first field that I really want to report on. So once again, to recap, if you want to build a gauge chart in a Qualtrics CX dashboard, you're going to want to do the following. So first, you're going to want to go to Add Widget, gauge chart up here. You're going to add a metric. If you add a count, you don't need to worry about the type of field the metric is. But if you're going to add something like an average, then you're going to want to make sure that in the dashboard data section, the field you're adding is either a number set or a number value here. So it's either a numeric value or a number set, and that will allow you to add the average into a gauge chart, or really any type of chart that reports on numeric values. Then, once you do that, you're going to want to configure the different bands or ranges in display here. Add the associated colors, and then you'll be good to go. Hope that clarifies things. Gauge charts are a commonly used widget, so I figured I'd cover this. But if you guys have any additional questions or concerns or want to see any other widget types, please feel free to reach out in the comment section below. Always happy to clarify anything and go over anything further. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to see you again soon in the next video. Take care.